Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna put this on a video because I gotta get this off my chest because it's the only thing holding me back. Um, no matter what's been going on in my life with my spiritual experience and everything that's going on with that, that's basically my whole life. Other than the fact that I'm still a person, and I take pride in being able to say that I don't really take much personal anymore. But I feel that it wouldn't be living up to my responsibility as a human being and as a good parent to do as much as I can to be a good parent. And tell me if this sounds crazy to you. Okay. Yes, I've had a spiritual experience. I'm not lying, and it doesn't matter if people believe me or not. No matter what, believing in a higher power doesn't make me crazy at all. At all. I mean, I don't understand how this is. I'll give you a quick synopsis of the whole situation, how I came up to this. And I don't mean to make this video long, but I have to get this stuff off my chest. And I don't care if people will listen to it or not, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. And, I'll say Brittany because that's my ex's name, and my kids, Jasmine and Leo. Quick little breakdown. I haven't really seen Jasmine and Leo for almost 4 months since the beginning of July. And a quick breakdown. I don't know what the truth is because their mom hasn't talked to me for 6 years. She won't talk to me. She won't get out of the car when she comes to drop the kids off. Like, I wave, I greet them, I tell them, when she's welcome to come out for any time for a visit or a holiday, or I want to get the families close together. I've always said that, and I've always done that, and that'll always be the way I am. So maybe that's crazy. I don't know. That's one thing. But anyway, so over these years with me being a parent who, she gets the kids, and I'm not just going to say anything bad about her. And if I do, I don't mean to. It's just, there's a lot of stuff bottled up. And I totally, here's the thing is I still love her, and I'm not in that way. Like, I want to be with her, but like, I honestly love everybody. I don't blame them for what they're doing. 'Cause deep down somewhere, she might think she's doing the right thing, but she's not. Like, she's actually doing the wrong thing if they're in a right and wrong equation. I'm a very good dad, and I'm here for my kids, and that's nothing but like love. I want to help them do whatever their hearts desire. I want to help them become as healthy as they can, eat a good diet, learn about environment and their bodies and stuff like that. I mean, that may seem crazy this day and age. I honestly don't think so. I mean, I hear of a lot of people into it, but nobody around where I live seems to be into it. And when I ask people, they just shrug it off because I don't know why. But that's another subject. So with the kids, more or less, they see me once a week, and Jazzy and Leo would see me on Tuesdays. And the same kind of thing has happened with my older kids as they've gotten older. And with this experience, like, I've changed quite a lot. Like, not just a little. Like, I don't see myself as Dan anymore. And the only time I'm Dan is around the people who know me as who I've been my whole life, or when I'm at work and someone asks me my name, I have to go by that, and I'm all the things that make me up to that. But that's another subject again. So, but with the kids, I don't know. I don't mean to make this sound crazy, because it's not like, I can have a legit conversation about whatever. I'm not into the news and politics, because that doesn't mean anything to me. And that's not even part of my life, and I choose for it not to be. So I'm not into TV or watching sports. I'm into playing games, playing sports, and working out. But I'm not a watcher. I'm a doer. I'm a creator, not a you know observer. So, and there's okay with being an observer. I don't mean to make any facial gestures or anything like that. I just I have my own personal opinions, but I don't really hold on to them that much anymore. Like, they're my opinions. Everyone's going to have their opinions. But so a quick rundown is, over these years, not saying that I don't know what they're really doing, but by their words, they don't really do much with each other, and they sort of just play on TikTok and play video games and watch TV and hang out with their friends, which most kids do a lot of now, and don't have much parent one-on-one time, which I'm not putting anybody down for whatever they feel. They have to work a lot and do whatever. I work a lot too, and I get it. So over these years, when they come over and I want to go outside and go for walks in the woods and get in touch with nature, and over this last year, yes, I've not lied. As a parent, I feel like since I had this spiritual experience, like, I have a knowing deep down in my heart and soul that I need to share with people. And because I say that, it makes me sound unique, maybe, but I don't mean to sound crazy. And when somebody says, "Oh, I know what you mean," and I disagree a little, it's only because it's on a spiritual level of taking like a long time of my life and a lot of effort and stuff put into it. And I agree that they've had their experiences, and that's different. And everyone's had their unique experiences, and bless them for it. So, like, but I felt that I shouldn't hold anything ever again as a secret from anybody. Like, I don't have anything to hide. So I share it with my mom and dad. I share it with my family. I share it with everybody I see. I share it with my children. But when I started talking anything about God or religion or spirituality, because, in my opinion, religions are, their own little section. Everything its own little section. They're all right in their own way. Nobody's wrong. So there's no way to say who's right or wrong because they're all right. And there's no such thing as right or wrong. So figure that one out yourself. That's another subject again. So over these years, they do their things with their friends and do their things that don't require much effort or any involvement. And when they see me, I pour my effort into doing things with them. Like, let's go here, let's do this, let's go outside, let's play. What do you guys want to do? And I just want you guys to be involved. I want to help you decide what you want to do with your lives, at no matter what age. It's never a wrong time to do it. And I don't push it too much. So when this religious and spirituality subject came up, it came up because they were talking about Jehovah Witnesses because their grandparents are and their great grandparents are, and I just brought it. Like, they asked me, so I brought up my experience. I even held it until then. Like, I waited about 4 months after it even happened. I think I may have said something, and then I because of how freaky it was at first, I left it off because I didn't want to say anything too much to the kids because they're young and they go through their own stuff in life, and you can't push anybody into something when they're just not ready to comprehend that aspect of life yet. And I get that. So I've been trying to not do anything. So anytime I say anything to, especially Jazzy and Leo, because of their age, if I get onto a subject that's anything deeper than what I think they would understand, I'm like, if you guys don't want to hear any of this, I can change the subject. You just tell me something about your day and, tell me about school. I literally say that every time. So it's not like I don't yell at them. I would never hit them. I don't do anything abusive. I don't do drugs or drink anymore. When I'm around them, like, I'm with my mom and dad and their siblings, like, and Brittany, out of nowhere, because of this spiritual thing that came up, and because Jazzy and Leo started just going and hanging out with their friends, and Leo goes and plays video games, and Jazzy goes and hangs out with their friends and just hangs out and does what 10-year-old girls do. But in the middle of summer, I had my Tuesdays and Sundays, and those are the days we had worked out. So that has been something we've done for at least 3 of the 6 years that we've been doing this. I've been working this job for 4 years. So at least 4 years now. And I made it so that Tuesdays I can get them after school. I made Tuesday my short day and I worked it all out, blah, 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 blah. So, Tuesdays and Sundays over the summertime, Jazzy and Leo just didn't come because they went out with their friends. Their mom just decided they're going to do something else on that day. And I'm like, that's not okay because those are the days we have worked out that we've always done. And, they just decided to do that. And, like, I was going to take Jazzy and Leo to go do something. I actually got some things to go take them and go do something special on a day. And 5 minutes from the time I got there, she texted me and said they weren't there. They went with their friends. And it was just an insult because I love them so much and I want to spend my time with them. And being 10 and 8, I don't feel that it's okay for them to just make up their minds and just go do whatever. So I yelled at her for the first time ever. And I even told her I was going to yell at her because they don't listen if I don't yell, so. And I was like, Jazzy, I explained to her, and like, you guys are only 8 and 10 years old. You cannot just go do what you want to. I'm like, that makes me feel like you don't even care to spend time with me. And because I expressed my own personal opinion to my child, which, doing it enough times, parents get bottled up. Maybe I shouldn't have said that it hurts my feelings, but I'm being honest. So I felt I did nothing wrong. Maybe that much. That has nothing to do with being crazy. I yelled at her because I love her. And you can't at 8 or 10 years old just decide to go off with your friends. And I know her mom's working, so I don't know where she's at. And I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but for them to all of a sudden say, I can't see them unless I get a psychiatric evaluation, drug testing, and I do all that, but go ahead and pay for it and I'll do it. I even said that. Like, so, and so I haven't seen them, and I called the police because she went to court and all this stuff on, and I called the police and said, can I just go over there and say I want the kids? And I don't want to go over there and be like, oh, I want the kids. Like, I've told people about this and they're like, I'd go there and I'd just get my kids and I'd go leave. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that a crazy person would do. And I'm not saying anyone is crazy for saying they would do that, because believe me, I waited months before I made this video, because every time I tried to do it, I'd cry and I'd be like, I just want to see my kids. Like, I miss my little boy. I miss my daughter. I miss seeing them doing anything. As a parent, like, I'm a loving dad. I want to hug my kids. I love hugging my kids. I rub his head and I pick up Jazzy and spin him around. And I just, poke him and goof with him. I'm so loving. Don't understand how that could constitute somebody just saying she thinks I'm crazy and I can't see them because she says so. And then the court, she's going for sole custody. She's going for sole custody and trying to say that I can't see them at all, and trying to be, and I don't know why. I don't get that at all. Like, what even makes that possible for her to just, boom, I deserve to see my kids. So going into court, of course, I'm already going in as a defendant. I'm not defending anything. So when people say get a lawyer and they say you should do this, you got to play the game, I don't trust the court system. I'll say that to them, but then if I do that, you're not allowed to. Like, I wanted to shoot this video for this reason. You don't get the luxury of saying the truth in court. The truth is, I'm a damn good dad, and I love my kids, and I deserve to see them. So whatever, like, as I talked to the lawyer, as I talked to the cop on the phone, they somewhat agreed, but said, well, the cop said that's the law, and the lawyer said, well, I can't have a personal opinion because I'm representing Miss Right. If it's right, then it's right. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. It shouldn't matter who you're representing. Do what's right. Fuck being a lawyer if you're not doing what's right. You're the law. Lawyer. You're the law. Come on. Get it right, dude. I mean, no offense to anybody, but you can't just take some stranger's word for it who hires you and says, represent me because I don't like my ex-boyfriend. And I have this bug up my butt about him from 6 years ago and I haven't seen him. Ask her. Has she talked to me? No. And she's like, why I try to talk to him? He loses his cool. No, I don't. She thinks I'm going to. And she tells me that, like, I need to calm down. And I'm like, I'm just talking like this. Like, why are you? And she'll be like, wait a minute. And then so if you get aggressive towards somebody, they get defensive or at least offensive back. And I would get playful at most. And she would just like get offended in her. But who cares? That's between me and her. And it should have never been that because I've always tried to be civil. I keep telling Jazzy and Leo every time I see him, like, not every time, but I'll say, tell your mom I said hi. And, if she ever wants to talk, we can just talk about you guys, about things that we can discuss as parents to be civil for the kids. Like, why does that not seem like a popular idea or concept that people grasp these days? And I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just not sure if anybody does it. I know there's so many broken families, but broken families are not. We're one big family. And that's how we should feel towards each other. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing is wrong with that at all. So if I'm crazy, somebody please let me know, because I'm saying I know that I'm not. But if somebody thinks that I am, tell me why they think I'm crazy. Like, I love my children. I would never harm them, and all I want is the best for them, and I deserve to see them. It's as simple as that. So I had to let some of that out. I mean, I have so much more to say, but what does it matter? Like, in a month, I get a thing saying I got to have a criminal background check and a abuse history, and I have no history. I'm like, you're at the courthouse. You look it up. I shouldn't have to be put through the ringer because nothing out of nowhere, this just pops out. Like, I did nothing but was honest, was truthful, and said, hey, you can't just 10 and 8-year-olds can't just do what they want. And if a parent can't at least say something to their kids, if a parent can't say no, then what is a parent supposed to do? Am I just supposed to be like, yep, walk all over me, do whatever you want all the time? And I love them no matter what, even if they do that, even though they have been. And they don't see it that way because I don't want to say the word lazy, but kids just don't have the desire to do much. Most of them. And if they do, congratulations. I hope they do. I'm not putting them all down. It's just in general. But I love my kids and I want to help them be like more aggressive with their dream, more compassionate towards the world, more passionate towards themselves and others. And I love them and I deserve to be part of their lives. So, a part of their lives. So, I have so much more to say, but what's the point of rambling? So, I love my children. So, please, somebody comment, like and subscribe my channel if you want. From this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to get any, this is a personal thing and it's more or less, I don't even take much personal, but this is my kids. Everyone should take their kids at least a little bit personal. especially when they're young and they're innocent and they're being put between two people who, like, I am trying, and I don't want to say anything, but she's not. Both of my exes don't seem to want to cooperate with me. They don't like me for whatever reason. They still have, like, they won't talk to me in order to make a difference. So I hope they watch this video. Somebody share this video with Brittany Wright, BritneyWright. Share it with her. She has me blocked on everything, and with all the kids and with all the whatever, and just to like rub it in my face. I don't know. So I mean, I forgive her. I have nothing against her, except for the fact that she's doing this. So I love them all. I have no problem with anybody. So peace.